Today is Sunday, August 21st, 2022. Are you ready to go on an unlikely garden tour? Let's go. Right here is my blueberry plant Resilient, and I don't see any blueberries on it, and I believe it has finished for the season of producing blueberries. Right here is my fig tree Unlimited, and I really like Unlimited because I can see this. You see that right there? These are light green figs, and so that is telling me that it's starting to change color. It's going to eventually become purplish, I believe. So this fig tree, as well as my other one, Possibilities, has a total of at least 83 figs growing on these fig trees. And if you look at Possibilities is amazing. And this right here is up to almost the starting point of my neck, and I believe that this tree is going to grow taller than me, or at least as tall as me, before it becomes winter. And so that's Unlimited, Possibilities, right outside my duplex. Right over here is another tomato plant, and even though this has been pretty small, it has been productive for how big it is or small it is. And I still have a little tomato there, and there's another one right here that's producing. I really have liked this one, and I like my tomato plant here as well. It keeps on producing. You can see tomatoes here and tomatoes there and tomatoes all over the place. And then on top of that, there are little tomatoes that are starting to form as well. So I really have appreciated this tomato plant really producing. And what I have seen again is this tomato plant, as well as this tomato plant as well, are in bigger containers, and they have done a lot better than the other ones that are in the smaller containers. So if you are planting tomatoes in out in containers, then go ahead and put them in bigger containers. Even if you have less containers, you most likely will have a better yield. At least that's what I've had from my experience. Right here are unfortunately some tomato plant branches that are on the ground, and I was trying to put some of my tomato in the cage, my tomato branches in the cage, and unfortunately I hurt my little tomato plant. I have my flower, I believe the marigold flower right here. And it's kind of funny. I have not wanted the tomato plant to be on the ground, and I've used this string, and you can see it's just coming so close. It's like getting to the marigold. It's becoming so big, and I haven't wanted to trim it. And then I have my other tomato plant here, and it still is producing tomatoes. You can see all the different red tomatoes in different places, and so I have liked this as well. And then over here I have a tomato too. I like my little spider. You might not be able to see that, but I like the spider web right here. This tomato is going to come off. It looks ugly. I'm not eating that. And then I have some more tomatoes over here that you can see that's growing in this plant. This plant, I don't see any tomatoes off the top of my head. And then this one, I don't see any tomatoes either. But right here, I have some tomatoes. And I want to show you this. I haven't taken this one off because I wanted to show you. I have some blossom end rot right there with this tomato plant. But hey, it's producing other tomatoes as well. And I'm not seeing the blossom end rot there. This tomato right there doesn't look the best. So probably not going to eat that one, or at least I'll cut off the part I don't like. Here's another flower, and then I have some okra that obviously I need to pick because that okra is pretty big, and it's kind of funny how big that okra grows on these really small plants. And then the kale to me is amazing. There are some yellow leaves here, but I've had this kale since the winter time of last year, and the kale has endured the heat, and it is still in the pot, and it's still enduring the heat, the winter, and it'll be interesting. I might have this in the pot until at least the winter time, and it will have survived a whole year. That's my unlikely garden tour.